Recording in progress. Love it. Hey guys, how are you? Woohoo! We're gonna give everybody just a hot sec to jump on here. Hi Lorraine, how are you? Good morning. Hi Diane, how are you? So good to see you on here.
Yes, you too.
Thanks so much, hon. Hi Mary. Hi Kimberly. Hey guys. Hi Shawnee. Woohoo! So excited to have you all here today with me this morning. We are going to go ahead and jump right in here. This is about a 45 minute presentation. And I've got a bunch of kids upstairs starting to wake up. So don't mind the background noise. We're going to jump right in here. So we're just going to have some fun. I just thought I wanted to go ahead and jump right in here to teach you guys some things that I had wanted to, that I wasn't able to at the conference because we had a few technical difficulties for the virtual part of it, but here I am. I wanted to make it up to you guys, so we're going to jump right in here today. Thanks so much for being here. All right. First of all, I want to get to know you a little bit. Go in the chat and tell me where you're from, where you're tuning in from today, and also how long you've known about energy awareness, energy healing, and the like, right? How long have you been educating yourself and learning about this and figuring it out? And maybe you're an energy practitioner yourself. Maybe this is a new concept for you. Wherever you are, go ahead and utilize that chat. Can you guys chat? Maybe it's not letting you. No? Yeah? I don't see any chat. Oh, here we go. Boom. It's working. I'm like, I've never had this happen before. It's like crickets. I was so confused. Awesome. Idaho Falls. Oh, guess what? Lorraine, I was just there yesterday. I was there visiting my dad, saying hi for Father's Day, right? So very cool. Melbourne, Australia. Woo woo. Heck yeah. Heck to the yes, right? That's on my bucket list, girl. I'm gonna have to come and do a conference. Let's see here. From Florida, Debbie, welcome. Thank you for being here. Smithfield, that's just over the mountain from me. Joy, been doing energy work for over 15 years. That's right. Diane, she says 40 years. That's amazing. Awesome. Well, wherever you are in the world, whether you're joining us live or on the replay, thank you so much. I'm super grateful to have you here. Ronnalee, did you know that my mother's name is Ronnalee and she's also from Ogden, Utah? That's so awesome. I love it. All right. Thanks you guys for being here today. I'm going to actually go ahead and shift gears here for a moment, and we're going to do a share screen. I'd really like to show you guys my presentation here. Let's go ahead if we can and jump right in here to this. We're going to be starting with, and by the way, Shawnee, I just wanted to say thank you so much for your help at the conference as a volunteer. You were amazing and offered so much support. So thank you. Appreciate you. All right. So our class today is called What is Energy Healing? And we're going to talk about some hands-on tips to feel and communicate with energy. And I wanted to just share with you, I knew that I was an empath when I was little. I didn't know that I was an empath when I was little, but I know looking back on my childhood that I was definitely an empath, right? I went to 19 different schools before I graduated high school, so we moved quite a bit when I was growing up. And every time we would get to a new place, it was more than just a little bit of nervousness or fear of, meeting new people, that kind of a thing. And so there were several different things. The other thing about moving around a lot is that I also moved and lived in a lot of different homes, right? And I could sense in different rooms or different spaces, oh, I don't like that room. I don't like the energy. I don't like the way it makes me feel. I couldn't necessarily describe all of the reasons why and all of that, but I could sense for myself. I remember as a little girl, there was this one house we lived in. I would run down the stairs and I would jump over even the space for the door to go into a certain room to get to my bedroom. How many of you can relate? How many of you are like, oh, I know what she's talking about. actually lived in a house like that, or have been to a place like that, or maybe one of your friends' houses were like that when you were little, or whatever, right? And so maybe you get it. Like you're like, oh, I know what she's talking about. And so you can be an empath where you're feeling energy in a space, feeling energy from people. Like there's just so many different ways. How many of you know that you could feel energy when you were little, when you were just a little kid, when you were a little girl or a little boy, and you could feel it, right? Oh, Diane, thank you for joining us from San Antonio. That's fantastic. Sports medicine is your background. That's fantastic. Yeah. And yeah, or I'd hear family members say, oh, Tammy, she's sensitive, right? Or she's just being sensitive over there, right? Have you heard people say that about you when you were little? No, it was more than that. Right? I was picking up on other things. So we're going to go ahead. I want to introduce myself to you just a little bit here briefly. This is me. Thank you for being here. Thank you for having interest and for following your premonition and inspiration to learn more about this. Whether you're brand new to this or not, you're going to learn some fun stuff here in this class, and I'm excited to have you here. This is my family. I do have 8 children. They're all mine. And my house is like a circus when we're all here. I also have a couple grandbabies you'll see there. This is Stella. Her name is actually Stella Rose. And then my little grandson, whose name is Hey Zen. And then of course my little baby girl, Amanda. Some of you may have seen her in some of the pictures on Facebook and whatnot. I told her, someday you're going to take over these conferences, so you might as well get used to it, right? Like, let's go have some fun. This is Braxie here. She's living in Iowa right now. My married daughter, Kylie, who actually helped me start this business when she was only 13 years old. So it's been a while. It's been a hot minute. So much fun. This is Aubrey, who is an energy healer. She does energy through her photography. Some of you may have had a session with her and can attest to her like totally awesome skills. In fact, you can even, if you look here, you can see a little sneak peek. She's got a remote in her hand. She even took this picture. So she's super talented. Anyway, this is my family, feeling super grateful for them that they've been able to join me on this journey. They've been able to help support me in helping educate and inspire so many people all over the world. Feeling so thankful for them. All right. Yes, Diane, I can help you with that, girl. All right. This is my husband, truly the love of my life. I met him when I was 10 years old. He was my first kiss. And we have a lot of years, a lot of miles on us, and we are so thankful to tell you more, to help you learn about this important information. But yes, they definitely have empowered me and inspired me and helped me. All of my family, definitely empathic. And a lot of the things that I teach is because I learned them because of my family, right? In fact, I learned about energy healing because one of my sons was having some medical, I guess you could call it a dilemma, right? But it was through that process. I'm really grateful for that experience now, right? Because now I know so much more than what I knew back then. Now, I want to encourage you, if you're a note taker, you can take notes. I'm going to actually send this whole slideshow out to all of you, along with some other handouts and helpful information for those of you who are looking into learning more about energy healing. If you're always one of those people who loves to learn and you're looking for new resources, me too. In fact, I was a homeschool mom for 15 years. I just love learning all about all of this. So awesome. That's very cool. I've known Allison for like 20 plus years. So that's awesome. Yes, very good. Very cool. So please feel free to, write down any questions, send them in. We're going to be doing a part 2 to this particular class next week. So if you're watching right now and you're like, oh, I'm on the edge of my seat, I can't wait to find out about what's next. I'm going to be doing next week's class as a Q&A and going into more of the energy systems to share with you. This is just a free complimentary bonus for anyone who wants to be here. I'm just so excited about it. All right. Thank you guys. Okay. So this is a hands-on thing. So if you're like driving or whatever, I don't know, be careful with what you're doing with what you're trying. All right. I don't recommend it while you're driving or operating heavy equipment. But here we go. I would like you to first set the intention that you can do this. I have people that will come to these classes and they're like, oh, I could never feel energy, or I could never do what you do. Well, crap. Okay, so you can do it. So I want you to set the intention that you can do this. First of all, okay, you can do this. Because if you say to yourself, I can do this, guess what? Your thoughts make a difference. It will reflect in your response, okay? This is such a big deal. So it is important for you to know that everything is made of energy. This isn't something that Tammy came up with. This isn't something that I just read in a book and decided to just do a class on it. Like, no, everything is energy. If you think back from science, like when you were younger, like junior high age, even, or younger, even, where they talk about how everything is made of energy. The chair that you're sitting on, or the floor that you're standing on, the air that you breathe, you know, your hands, your whole body, like everything is energy. Okay, the computer or the screen that you're using to watch this, everything is made of energy. It's important for you to know that, right? So those of you who are empathic and you can feel energy, having a sense of energy awareness is valuable to you for several reasons. Okay, one of them is because as you become aware of energy, you can set intentions, you can clear the energy. Yes, you can clear the energy around you, and it can literally shift things for you. It is so powerful. So, knowing about the energy and how it affects you personally, how you are impacted by energy and other people's, can be truly a life-changing thing. I'm just going to open it up here to the floor here. How many of you, since learning about energy, have been benefited by knowing about that? Go ahead in the chat and let me know. How has it benefited you? Or has it benefited you? You can just say yes or no if you want. Those of you who are brand new to this and you're observing this, I want you to just be aware, like this is so empowering to so many people. As a matter of fact, I have people that come up to me even in the grocery store or even at Lagoon or wherever I am with my family. I've had people recognize me out of state. I've literally been in Arizona. I live in Utah. And I've been in Arizona having dinner with a friend and had people come up to me and say, "Thank you so much for teaching about energy. It has helped me so much." I've had people say it saved their life, not just like, "Oh, it's helped me to feel happier," but like saved their life. So it's just been so powerful. You can read some of the testimonials here in the comments, just from, this isn't from me. This is just about them and their own experience about learning about it. It's been so powerful. So yeah, Debbie says it's helped me to clear stagnant emotions from decades ago. Thank you for sharing that, because I hear that often. And people who weren't even aware that they had this, baggage or these anchored emotions that have been dragging them back and holding them back, like, whoa, felt this weight lift off of me. And I feel so different, right? So yeah, Lorraine, truly that's been my experience as well. She said it's amazingly helped me to realize the power of my thoughts and the ability to take control of my feelings. These are powerful, you guys. I hope that you're not discounting or discrediting your own experience. If you read these and you're like, whoa, look at this, right? Sky and BJ says, my hands can throw energy from one hand to the other, and even through people, I can see energy to others, can send it to others across the world. I love it. Holly's desktop. I love it how your name says desktop. That's awesome. It says, I was blessed to move some energy for my daughter yesterday. She was feeling crummy, but I had a full day of band camp in 90-degree heat. I bet she was feeling crummy. She came home full of smiles and more energy than she had left home with. Wow, that's amazing. So yes, Jennifer says it has completely changed my life and did save my life. Her life was very suicidal, and now she can stand in her own power and hold space for others. That is powerful. I myself have benefited in that same way, Jennifer. So I'm so grateful. Once you've been in like a rock bottom place where you've seen people, your loved ones, right, who've been in a really negative spot, and then feeling it's just like it's completely life changing. So thank you so much for each one of you, for sharing your own experience and your own contribution. It helps other people to benefit from hearing about that. I appreciate that very much. So, what does it mean to have energy awareness? I'd like to teach you just a very brief but yet powerful skill. And I do say skill because some people believe that it's a gift, and it can be a gift where, like, some people be more inclined to play the piano, right? They're more musically inclined. But this is a skill that anyone can learn. So even though it may be a gift and you are more aware of it or more sensitive to it, well, guess what? I really truly believe this is a skill that anyone can learn, similarly to playing the piano. And I say that, but it kind of makes me giggle inside a little bit because I've yet to learn how to play the piano, but that's the example I use all the time. And my grandma was in her 50s when she learned how to play the piano, and she taught me by example. You are never too old. You can do anything at any time. It's a skill. You can learn how to do stuff, right? This is the same thing. You can learn this. It's a skill, okay? So I'm going to have you wherever you are, as long as you're in a safe place to close your eyes, right? Like if you're driving or whatever, please obviously don't close your eyes. I say that kind of being like funny or smirky about it, but for real, if you're driving, please don't close your eyes, right? I'm going to have you, we're going to do a energy scan. We're going to have you stop about, or begin about a foot and a half above the top of your head. And I want you to go ahead and do an energy scan where you are evaluating the information, the energy, the bubble, the mood, the attitude, the aura, the biofield, whatever you want to call it, right? That's in your space, that's in your presence. And I want you to go ahead and I want you to feel that energy. You can feel it with your hands, you can feel it with just your intention, you can feel it with whatever you want. But if you close your eyes, what it does is it actually shuts out any other distractions. That helps you tune in to that field, that space a little bit more easily. Okay, as you're doing that, take a good deep breath and let it out. And your intention here is going to be to start right here in your heart. And what I want you to do is start with a little sunburst. It's a little light that's like a seed of light starting here at your heart. And I'm going to actually have you use the intention to expand that light out even more till it fills that whole space around you. And if you look at this picture in the image here, she has a sphere around her. You could use that same amount of space, or you can expand it out further. Okay, so we're going to have you start at the right here at the light, right here in your heart. And we're going to actually have you expand it out. And you can do it multiple times. But my intention for you is to be able to feel that. Okay, now if you were a driver in a car, and let's say that you're sitting in the driver's seat, if someone opened the back door or the trunk, most likely you're going to be able to sense that, right? You have a stewardship over that space and an awareness over that space. What I'm asking you to do right here is to raise your consciousness and your own awareness over the space in your energy field right now. Now, if you sense something that is uncomfortable or unwanted, I'm just going to ask you to open the door and allow it to depart from your energy field. Just say, there you go, right? You're welcome to leave. And just allow it to leave your energy field. If there's anything that you do not like that is there, okay, it's as simple as that. And you can teach this to kids. It's so easy, you guys. Another thing that you can do is you can send light to that space. Send light to that space and allow it to dissolve. Okay, take a couple deep breaths. Allow it to let go. Allow it to let go. And allow it to let go. All right. How are you guys feeling with that? Yeah, hopefully we have at least one or more spiritual gifts, right? But I know that this is something that people can learn to do, because I've literally had people come into my energy where they didn't know how to do this at all. They've never recognized or noticed their ability to be able to feel the energy. And then pretty soon they're recognizing it. They're becoming more aware of it. It is something how it literally does. Like they're like, oh, I can like totally feel that, right? Yeah, the sunburst lightens your whole person. That's right. The whole experience. Okay, how many of you had your own experience? So Joy just said, wow, yeah, I can feel that. How many of you felt that as we set the intention and we just relaxed and caused your awareness and your consciousness to come to that space? How many of you felt that difference? You can do this at any time. Right? It does. It feels wonderful. I taught this to my granddaughter when she was about 2 years old. There was something that was in her apartment that she didn't like. It was about midnight. She was screaming. It wasn't a good thing. My daughter called me, help. And, there's people from all over the world, all walks of life that are utilizing this tool now. But I was taught in the moment when I needed to help my granddaughter, who's just this tiny little toddler at the time, right? From this tool, this beautiful sunburst. And you can also do this to clear a space. So let's say that you're going somewhere, you're going to a hotel room, and you want to clear that space to prepare it before you even arrive. You could do the same thing if you work in an office or a classroom, or whatever your space might be like. I love you, honey. You can prepare it in advance by setting that seed of light in the center of the space and then using your focused energy just to expand it and fill that whole room, that whole space with light before you even arrive. I definitely do this to all of my conferences. So if you've been to my conference and felt that the energy there is different, that may be what you were sensing, right? Debbie says, I felt Kundalini energy shifting in my spine. That's awesome, Debbie. How many of the rest of you felt this? Let's see, right now. I am doing a screen share. Okay, good. I was like, am I doing a screen share? Yes. Okay, good. You guys can still see my screen. We have 33 people on. Only 4 people felt anything. Okay, Shawnee's saying, yeah, there might be a few more of you. This is a big deal. And if you didn't feel it this first time, I wouldn't give up. Go ahead and try it again. Practice doing this. Sometimes you'll feel it the first time. Sometimes you won't. Sometimes it'll take a couple times and then you'll feel it. And it'll help shift that energy. I taught in my class at the conference that you can also do this just by doing it with a piece of paper or a whiteboard. So if you teach this to little kids, this is a very visual thing for them. You can draw a stick figure with a circle around it, that represents their energy field or their space, kind of like a sphere around this woman here, right? And what you're doing is you are teaching them, okay, recognize in your own energy field if there's something that you don't like. Is there? And I've actually had my kids take crayons and, they might scribble it if they're really little, right? Or, and then if it's a whiteboard, they could just erase it. But you're going to now set the intention of what you want to feel in your energy field. So you can choose an emotion, you could choose a new vibrancy, or anything like that. It's just really powerful. Okay, cool. I'm seeing all of these yummy comments. I am so excited. This is just so good. Suzanne says, I was feeling a little weird lung stuff from the class before, but it just cleared and now it's gone. Awesome. Well, very good. I'm glad that that's gone. Okay, our next step is to help you with feeling energy, okay? I'm going to go ahead and ask you guys to go ahead and participate by having you feel the energy. So what I want you to do is start with holding your hands. You can rub your hands together if you want, clear anything that was there before. And then I'm going to actually ask you to hold your hands about 5 inches apart, kind of like this. And remember to think positive because that's going to help you to be able to feel it even that much more. And then tune out other thoughts. If you have thoughts that are coming in like, that you can't do it, or that that you didn't know about how to do it or anything like that, right? Go ahead and hold your hands apart like this. Yeah, whatever you want to use. I just want you to feel energy. I want you to feel something, okay? It might not be temperature for someone else. It might be something else. It might be an emotion, or it could be, I actually picture it like a ping pong ball of energy going back and forth between the palm of your hands, right? It's kind of like it's going like you're dribbling it back and forth. Okay. I want you to start there. You can go ahead and compress it a little bit so it's a little bit more concentrated energy. It's okay if you don't feel it at first. This is a practice, right? To get you familiar with it. And I want you to pull it apart. Now keep in mind, when I very first was learning how to do this, and then pull it back together. Pull it apart again, and then put it back together. When I was very first learning how to do this, it took me, like, we're talking 3 months to learn how to do this. And I had paid thousands of dollars and was participating in a course. And I just thought, oh my goodness, like, I need to know how to do this, like, did the instructor make this up? Like, I had all of these negative thoughts going through my mind. I was like so stressed out. Like, I put so much pressure upon myself. Like, I need to know how to do this. That's one of the reasons why I probably like to teach this to people for free. It's like, try it, practice it, learn it, and then as you do feel it, you can learn more about what you're feeling and about how you can use that to help people. Okay, are you guys feeling it? Okay, I want you to keep playing with me here, okay? I want you to pump it a little bit now. Now we're going to pump it. Your hands going back and forth. We're going to go ahead and continue to concentrate that, okay? That space. Boom, 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 right? And then now I want you to go ahead and we're going to change it a little bit by setting a color. Okay, now every color has its own frequency. They can measure it on the Hertz scale. Okay, like if you go in and you get a tattoo or something, yes, they definitely have a hue that is set, right, in their machines. It's their own frequency, right? Everything has frequency. Why would a color not have a frequency, right? So you're going to go ahead, you're going to use this to be a color. Choose the color. I don't care what color you choose, just choose one. And you may have found that the color chose you, right? Like you're literally like, oh, all of a sudden a certain color popped up for you in between the space of your hands. That's what I'm talking about. Okay. Okay. Now go ahead and you can stop pumping it and pulling it. Now I want you to just hold it. Okay. Now imagine there is energy between the space of your hands right now. I'm going to actually ask you to change the energy's vibration to an emotion. Something that you would like to attract more of in your life. Could be self-love, could be forgiveness, could be self-acceptance, self-appreciation, whatever it is that you're looking for. It doesn't matter what it is. You choose, okay? Once you've got it, I want you to actually take it. When you can feel it, you like know that, okay, it's that emotion, it's that vibration. I want you to take it and put it right into your heart. You might find that you take it almost like an involuntary breath. It's like, oh, right? How many of you felt that? Maybe you felt the energy when we were pumping it and practicing it and feeling it. Or if you didn't, tell me no if you didn't feel it. Or did you feel a shift when we had it go from just energy, or maybe you chose a temperature, or maybe you chose the emotion, a certain emotion. Tell me what it's feeling like to you. Go ahead and describe that in the comments. Okay. I want to hear about your experience. And again, I did this and I had paid thousands of dollars and I was in a setting where we were all live together and I felt nothing. And I was totally wigging out. I'd put so much pressure on myself. But I want you to be able to know that you can do this. And with practice, it gets easier. Kind of like if you're learning how to speak a foreign language, or learn how to play a new musical instrument. You don't always like start playing or start practicing and pick it up just like that, right? It takes practice. This is no different. It's like you're learning a new language here. Okay, so cool. Okay, so some people are feeling it. Okay, yellow like a sunrise. That's really cool. Light, warm palms, white. The color magenta. That's really cool. Joy says, chose self-acceptance, bright yellow, much needed. Oh, that's very cool. Diane says, feeling something in my hands pulsing. That's cool. Kathy says, my color was blue and it came before you even told us. I love it. I was trying to think of a different color, but it just wouldn't change. I love that, Kathy. And you know that the color blue is all about the throat chakra. So that's pretty neat. Oh, you guys, this is so exciting to hear about your own experiences. How many of you have done this before? Let's see. Jody says, I envisioned pink with sparkles and called it fun. Oh my gosh, I love that. Made me smile when I brought it to my heart. Oh, I love that, Jody. Thank you for sharing. Debbie says, yes, I felt it. It's super cool. I learned to make a chi ball with a Qigong instructor a few months ago. That is so cool. I love it. My color was teal blue. Ooh, I love it. Joy says, I've done it before, always a great reminder and practice. Now, if you are somebody who is around kids, your own kids, or maybe you're a daycare provider or a teacher, this is so fun to teach kids how to do this because they can be more, mindful and aware of the space around their own energy field. Next week, when we join together, I'm going to be teaching you more about the energy systems and some things that you can do in with practical tools and tips to teach you even more. This week, I'm going to actually invite you to do some more energy scans throughout the week and also some more sunbursts where you start the light right around your heart space and then expand it out. How many of you can commit to doing that? Because if you will, I will teach you more. Can you guys do that? Awesome. Ooh, red. That's cool. Sky says, love unconditional. Yes, for years for others, but not for myself. Well, it's time to shift that. I'm grateful for this. Okay, cool. So some of you are in. Woo, woo, love it, you guys. I love playing and learning more about this. I know some people are like super serious about it, but my style of teaching is like, this is so life-changing, but we can have fun with it too, right? Hopefully you guys like my style. All right. If not, that's okay because I like it. This is just how I am. This is awesome. So cool. So cool. All right, let's go to the next one. We're going to talk briefly here about your aura. Now, when we did the energy scan, we literally were doing a scan in your aura. The scientific term for it is your biofield. And yes, there is technology where you can actually see it now. That's not always been around, but thank goodness things are evolving and changing and growing, and people are coming up with new ideas. And wow, now you can see it, right? Since 2017, that was the first time we had the biofield viewer come to our conference. We've had many people come now with all different kinds of technology, but I love it when the scientists come because they can explain things in different lingo than me, right? I'm like, I'm just a mom who lives in the country who wants to empower and inspire people. I love to bring people together because then they can teach in different ways, all of these different, so it's like, if you don't speak my language, for example, not my language, English, but like the way that I talk, you can learn it from someone else, right? So the biofield viewer, you can actually see where there's dark spots or blotches or whatever in the energy field. And as an energy practitioner is doing energy healing or energy work, you can actually see those dark spaces move out and clear out. It is so neat to watch. And then, people will report back in the weeks coming and months coming afterwards, the results that they felt and noticed in their own life. So cool. Chakras, you may have heard that term. Most people call them chakras. I learned to call them chakras. Pardon me, that's just how I say it. I know it's tomato, tomato, but some people get very offended. I apologize if that's you. But the energy centers, there's actually hundreds of energy centers in your energy field. And we'll be talking more about those next week. But you actually have them in the palms of your hand, hundreds of them in the palm of your hand, which is why you can feel energy so well in your hands and also in the bottom of your feet. You also have them coming out of your knees and your elbows. But the main 7 core energy centers start at the base of your spine and then work all the way up to the top of your head. Okay, meridians is what is people refer to them as energy highways or pathways. If you've ever done acupuncture before or foot zonology or anything like that, then most likely you have learned about your meridians, right? They flow mostly in an up and down vertical direction, but they also they can go off to the side a little bit as well. You can literally even Google meridian pathways or meridian maps. So kind of exciting to be able to find all of this stuff out. All right, let's see. Do I have time to teach you one more? I do. Let's do one more. This is called a light waterfall. Very simple to do this, very easy, and anyone can do it, okay? But what we're gonna do in this particular instance is we're going to have you kind of sit back and relax for a moment here. We're gonna have you start at the very top, again, of your biofield, and we're going to have you just envision it opening up just a little bit and having light flow from the top all the way down, all the way down. And when it gets down to the bottom of your feet, we're going to actually have it flow down into the earth. Okay, so we're going to have it start at the top, then we're going to have it move all the way down and then flow out. Okay, now we're going to run this about 5 different times. The intention is if there are any sort of blockages in your biofield, that the light will actually help to dissolve them, or if it's too much for it to dissolve it, it will actually help pull it down and out of your aura, out of your biofield, down and recycle it into the earth. Okay, so continue running that through. And we're going to run this again next week for those of you who'd like to join in. It is so much fun to do this. How many of you can feel that pulling through almost like a magnet? So much fun. So much fun. All right. Woo, it is pretty intense. Heck yeah, I know, right? Like, wow is right. Okay, we're going to just allow that to continue clearing. Thank you so much. All right, we have time to go ahead. We've learned today about some tips on how to feel energy. We've learned some tips on how to do the sunburst. We also learned about the light waterfall and some practical tips of what you can do to practice feeling the energy. And if you can go ahead and learn and practice each day some more of these, I'm so excited to teach you even more when we come back next week. Yeah, it's just a very subtle, gentle, clear. That's so cool. Okay, so if you are somebody who really wants to learn even more of these, then we're going to go ahead and I would like to let you know about an offering for you that I have. This is a very basic energy wellness class. It's energy healing for beginners. And you're going to learn in that class with me how to muscle test. You're going to be able to learn and ask questions as you go. We're going to be giving you lots of tips and tools on how to thrive as an empath. And it's easy because it's during the summer. So I love doing this once a week, because if we do this once a week, what's going to happen is I'm going to give you some easy, just simple activities to do through the week. And then you're going to go back and do them. And when you come back, you're going to be able to share your own experiences of what happened, be able to ask questions, and we'll go a little bit deeper, right? So I also like to do energy work for people right in class for all of the participants who'd like to join in. And then I'm also going to be giving you some practical tools on how to develop and strengthen your intuition. How many of you think that that sounds like a really good thing, that you're interested in that? Yes, if you signed up for this class at the conference, then you're already on our list, you're already enrolled. So thank you so much. I like to make things as affordable as possible. And I'm excited. Thank you so much for all of you who wanted to continue learning more and are going to be joining me for this summer class. We're also going to be learning about some chakra health techniques. And of course, the class is all customized. So you're going to get me live, right? Just like this. So if you're like, oh, this is easy, I know how to click on a button and join in just like this, right? It's the same thing. This is how you're going to be able to join in. If you have other people in your household that you'd like to participate with you, The $37 is going to include you and the other people just right here, in your own household. Now, if you have people that are living outside of your household, just have them pay the $37. It's not that much, right? Then they can join in from their own link and their own Facebook, and all of that. So this is so good. If you are also curious about how your thoughts and your own beliefs can affect your own energy field, we're going to be covering those as well. We're also going to be talking about stones and oils and how you can also apply them and to help you in your own life as well. We're going to be learning, like today, we talked about how to do this energy ball and be able to feel it in our hands. We're going to be going above and beyond that. Okay. So, yes, it is a basics class, and there's only 7 classes, but we're going to be going even deeper. So, I know it's like 7 weeks, right? So, if you're wanting to do something like this is how you enroll. I'd like to share this with you. This link right here, energyhealingconference.com/Sandy, is how you jump in. And I actually am really excited about it. I wanted to offer something that was so cheap that anyone could do it. Even if you've been affected by the world circumstances, $37 is something that, like, even if you go out to eat, that's like $37 for my family, easy, right? We usually spend at least $50 if we go to like Chick-fil-A or something. But I also wanted to add some bonuses in. So you're going to be getting 2 general admission tickets for an upcoming event. You're also going to be able to join in. So even if you're watching this on the replay, this sale is going to be extended clear through the week. Okay. You're also going to be able to learn from others. We're going to grant you an all access pass that will give you full access to our online library. So even if you're like, I don't know, I already probably know the stuff she's going to learn, but you want to learn from other people, that all access pass is worth it right there too. So you're going to be able to learn from hundreds of different topics and speakers, and they have different styles, of teaching than I do. But that's a bonus that we decided to throw in. Now, if you signed up Friday or Saturday, that's included for you as well. We're not going to skimp you on it. We just decided to throw in some more bonuses. So I'm so excited about this. So this is going to be 7 weeks. It starts on July 6th. It's a Tuesday morning, and we'll be beginning at 7:30. So it's about an hour-long class. Now, if you can't join in Tuesday mornings at that time, they're also all recorded. So we're going to be doing them live just like this, but they're recorded, and then we'll be sending them to you as well. So this is the link that you're going to be using, energyhealingconference.com, and then /Sandy. All right, now I just want to go ahead and take a brief moment here to again thank you for your time today. You will be sent out one more link to join in for our other bonus class that we'll be doing next week. So if you're watching this right now and you're like, yeah, I want to do the sunburst, I want to do the light waterfall, I want to continue connecting and being with other people of like mind, I invite you to join in again. It's completely complimentary. I just decided to do it because it's fun. I like to teach this. It helps other people so much in so many different ways. And I just, I feel like because this has helped bless my life so much, I can't help but want to give back. I mean, how many of you have ever been blessed by something that it's almost like you feel guilty if you don't share it with others, right? The only reason why I do ask for some funds is because I still have a family I've got to take care of, right? Of course, it costs me money to like do all the online hosting and all of that good stuff. So I do ask, but I try to always make things as affordable and as accessible as possible. So I've been doing online mentoring now since 2015. We've had hundreds of people go through this class. And well, this is slightly different than what other people have done. For those of you who are interested in doing an advanced class, I only do the advanced class once or twice a year, and I will be starting that next week. I know that some of you have been through that advanced class before, and maybe you can kind of attest, for that and let people know if you thought that that was valuable. But I just am so excited to let you guys know that here's the link in the chat, so you can go ahead and sign up for that if that's of interest to you. If you'd prefer to not do the live, class, and you're beyond that and you don't want to do that, but you have some kids in your life, that you think would be interested. We do also have a program for kids, and it's actually recorded with kids, my kids actually. We're doing these short little videos together. There's 8 in total, and we even have an online kids workbook. You can download them and print them off. And inside these modules, your kids who participate in the kids program are going to be learning a lot of these same things, about stones and crystals and getting grounded and just all of these basic energy tools, but in a way that kids can understand it as well. So anybody already signed up for the kids course that you've already maybe participated in it? If you have, if you've already seen some of those, maybe you can share in the chat a little bit about that and if your kids liked it. We had hundreds of families all over the world sending us pictures of sending heart messages, even kids as little as 2 years old. It was so exciting for them to say, hey, I'm sending you a heart message right now. Can you feel it? So I just love it. So there's 2 different offerings there. There's the basics summer class, right? That has 7 classes in total. Or there's the kids class that's already pre-recorded, and it is, again, geared for kids. So if you're like, I've been trying to teach this to my kids, but they don't get it. They don't hear my language or whatever. Totally have them watch this, because it's not just me talking. It's also my kids. It's both. All right. And then if you're interested in the advanced class, I only have a limited number of spaces available for that. We're doing all kinds of stuff, and we do definitely do live energy healing in that. And it's 10 weeks for 197. This is my direct email, tammy@hopehavenevents.com. You can send me a private email. Let me know you're interested. I can answer any questions that you might have. The cost is really minimal considering, exactly everything that's included. There's a 100-page workbook that's also included, downloadable. You can print it for yourself and for your own personal use. I find that people who have even taken many different modalities and certifications take that and get to learn so much. So, all right, you guys. Well, I want you to have a fantastic day. I'm going to go ahead and let you go. I will be sending you out more details about the next class that we're going to do next week. That's completely complimentary again for you. Practice that sunburst and light waterfall. Oh, sounds like my kids are waking up. And we'll see you next time. Thanks so much for being here. Mwah. Have a great day, you guys.